Well, good morning and happy Thanksgiving, everyone out there in the wonderful YouTube and social media world. Neo-Osaka has finished with $370, and I am extremely thankful and grateful for everyone that came out and showed up when you did. As always, my real life job is I'm a high school teacher and I teach business classes in San Antonio. And I use my Kickstarters from previous, and I'm always using my Kickstarters as a teachable moment and a teachable lesson on how to run a business. And I have a fake board of advisors for my business management course, and we discuss what my product is, what communities I'm serving, how I'm getting my product out there, why am I using Kickstarter as a medium versus eBay, and what have you, whatnot. And the actions for this Kickstarter compared to previous ones is that I was letting students come up with marketing plans. Didn't happen, didn't market. I was letting students come up with helping me plan out what goes in what unlock versus what didn't. Didn't happen, didn't provide an unlock list, unlocks didn't happen. So I told them that if I don't make $500, everything that was in the unlock category will go on the store and will go on the next Kickstarter, depending on what my business partner Neil says when we sit down and have our post follow-up meeting from this Kickstarter. So what went right with this Kickstarter is that my goal was to fund half of the purchase for my new PS5. Sold. What went right as well is that I had an opportunity from other monies to replace two damaged 3D printers. I ended up with going with the Artillery Sidewinder X2s. You'll see them on another video on the channel, on my YouTube channel. One crapped out, Amazon replaced it. I pick it up tomorrow. So the other goal of the Kickstarter was to have a fully fleshed out production room so I could service other gaming shops or people that reached out for small projects. Done. What went right was I was able to expand and do different directions with what I was experimenting with Tinkercad. Awesome. Soft marketing from followers and friends went great because it gave me an opportunity to let them sample the stuff I produced, play with it on my Mecha Madness Monday Night Battletech Alpha Strike games, get the reactions, give you battle reports, post them on Instagram, YouTube, and other places, and you can see the direction that the Kickstarter was going. That marketing plan went well. Did it result in any new conversions? No, but hey, it was out there throughout the entire campaign of this Kickstarter. We had over 300 views on YouTube, about 5,000 views on Reels. The samples that I provided on my digital taxidermy site had over 60 downloads for the freebies. Apparently, someone likes the free stuff. Even with the free tower that I posted, somebody likes the free stuff. So let's now flip over to what went wrong. I should have stuck to my own marketing plan and not depending on teenagers that have no investment in BattleTech or in hobbying as a general rule, but it was a teachable moment. I really don't like marketing people from Kickstarter that randomly pop up and then you call them because they give you a phone number and they don't respond. I don't like the Kickstarter advertisers that email you 1,000 times and then you respond the second time and you never hear back from them. That aggravates me because you want to get paid for co-marketing, but you don't respond when people respond to you. That's my biggest aggravation. Other thing I didn't do wrong is that I did not do the photography, the unlock tree first. I was literally like, oh my God, I'm behind schedule. because I was teaching, I was doing it in a classroom, and then I just bleh, and I didn't like the way that this Kickstarter looked compared to the other one. So I'm going to redo, restart, reprocess, and go through that. The story manager for this Kickstarter update, I don't like because the interface was not what I was comfortable with, and I was struggling, and I didn't want to ask for too much help because my business partner had a lot going on with his own projects on Kickstarter. So I'm honestly surprised that we actually made goal. I'm very happy I made goal. Again, this goes back to my classroom teaching moment that I was able to knock out half of the pain in my pocket from this PS5 purchase. And if you have Costco, I highly recommend getting the bundle deal from Costco if you have the business membership, because you get something back. I don't even know what 2% on $350 is. Probably not even lunch. Yeah, it's not even a full tank of gas. But I got some points out of it I can use for other things. Since I buy a lot from Costco, it'll work out on the wash. I'm just not buying it. I didn't buy it on Black Friday. They had the pre-Black Friday deal. That's what I got. So other things that went wrong. A month ago, San Antonio experienced a freak electrical storm, which burned out the motherboards on my two Sunlu motherboards. That derailed me finishing early with organizing my files and getting them ready to go. Caveat to that, my files will work on any 3D printer with a bed of 300 by 300. For those of you still running with the Ender 3, the majority of the files will work, and I will have to do a file crunch over the weekend to split the buildings that are 250 by 250. And the caveat for that was I was going to do block sizes of 200 and give you a road of 200. So that way it would fit on your bed, no arguments, no fuss, no muss, and I don't have to split all the files. But I am selling prints of my 256 size buildings and my new size of 191, which will fit perfectly on your Ender 3 beds. To give you the idea, I was testing my 191 print beds on my CR5 with the stock bed. I don't want to break that CR5 because I only paid $50 for it. So there's that. The follow-up Kickstarter, because I didn't make goal, I will drop on December 1st and run it through Christmas. The goal will be a lot smaller, and this will literally be the unlocks from Neo-Osaka that didn't make it in. But I have to do a little bit more marketing, a little bit more planning, a little bit more discussion with my business partner. And the hangups, it was too long. Like we hit goal 2 weeks ago. I could have closed it out, shipped the stuff, and then I could be focused on my new Kickstarter. So discussing what's going into the next Kickstarter, I'm going to probably, and I think I can manage doing two at once since this is my third Kickstarter and everything else is pretty much done. So that was the good, the bad, now the ugly, and the reality. The ugly of this is that I overproduced for this Kickstarter, expecting a lot of people to order the physical file, the physical prints that I could pre-box and give everyone a designated amount and just ship out. Didn't happen. And I was expecting people to order the large robes. Nobody wants it. Okay, message received loud and clear. I'm sorry for even offering it. What I will do is put those files in the release of the Kickstarter. And if you want to order it, order it on your own, order from Xometry, and pay a higher price. Because I was trying to do bulk volume. The other ugly thing is that a local games shop that I'm not going to deal with anymore, I can deal with them via proxy, was very nasty to me at the onset of the Kickstarter on an unrelated matter from the Kickstarter. First, they approached me about getting terrain for their upcoming BattleTech and 3D, their 40K events. They don't have terrain. The shop fired their 3D print person. They as well fired their person that does terrain. I'm like, okay, well, I have this lot of BattleTech minis that I picked up from a friend that passed. You have the other half, and I wanted to exchange some minis out or sell the bulk lot. That went left, horrifically went left, and I was hung up on my name was dragged through the mud at this local game shop, and I'm like, whatever. But then I get a person that plays at my shop and that shop that was like, hey, they want terrain and you got it. And I'm like, after how they treated me, they can pay me for the terrain and I'll just sell it to them and they can paint it up on their own, or they can rent it from me via you and we just split the money. I'm not driving that far out of my way. And I'll give you perspective. It's easier to drive an hour and 20 minutes to San Marcos, Texas than it is to drive to this one shop on the north side of town when I lived on the south side of town. Yeah. So to that store owner, we don't have to do business ever. I'm good. For the other shop owner that I've been printing for, I highly recommend his shop. I'm waiting for him to open up his new store and his new play space because now that I have all the printers coming up online, I'm more than happy to print for him. He's taken care of me in the past, so that relationship is solid. But the shop I'm not going to mention, it's so far out of the way and it's in a mall that it's unfeasible to me. It's just not. So with that, the overproduced materials, including the bridges, including the buildings, including roads, are going to end up on eBay because I don't want to link it to the digital taxidermy site, which is based in the UK, and then you pay double the taxes, and it's just if you want it, it'll be on eBay. So the positive takeaways is that my students learn how not to fail at marketing, how not to fail at negotiating and using social media. I'm not good with Reddit, so I was marketing my own stuff on Facebook, Instagram, and my YouTube channel. And for whoever's dropping the unlikes, at least I know you're human, you're paying attention, because I don't know how a video that everyone liked on YouTube, I mean on Instagram, I literally downloaded it, put it up on YouTube, and then it got like 3 unlikes. And I'm like, that's impressive. Okay. So at least, and this goes out to the person on the Facebook groups who never fails to mention that my first Kickstarter had other people's designs in it, and all I was doing was comparing scale. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm very grateful for your breath of displeasure, discomfort, discourse, and the dislikes you put up my YouTube channel. I'm like, you can buy the files, you can print them out yourself, and then you can melt them and do whatever. Pull a Colin Kaepernick, burn his jerseys, whatever. So I'm grateful for everyone that came out and supported. I wanted to teach my students how to not live on their phones and be obsessed, come up with a product or an idea that encourages social interaction through gaming and hobbying stuff, and then turn around and I set a goal of half the price of a PS5, and I met it. Yes, I have to give 10% to my business partner, but it still puts me over 300 after fees from Kickstarter, 290, which is half the price that I paid of my PS5 on sale. So I won, the students that participated won, everyone is happy. I'm excited. Happy Thanksgiving. So with that in hindsight, time to start boxing up. I literally went and scavenged boxes that are sitting in my micro closet, and I'm just going to put all the terrain that didn't sell with the Kickstarter up on eBay. If you want it, link will be in the description. Have a beautiful, beautiful holiday. I don't support colonizers, but I am grateful and thankful for family, friends, and breath and being in shape. So happy Thanksgiving 2023. See you for the Kickstarter for Christmas 2023. Peace.